So check this out. All right, you know about Coolio. You know what I'm saying? I know it's old news right now, but he passed a couple weeks back. But, a lot of people associating his passing with an overdose, which it probably exactly was that, but I think the way that we looking at it is a little different. Okay, so him and his brother right here, Dane Calloway, they was working together. Um, because Coolio was one of the celebrities. It reached out to Dane Calloway. Dane Calloway is a person that talks about how black people are already in America, how black people are the indigenous or aboriginal, however you want to put it, to Americas. So he puts out a lot of information about this, a lot of paperwork, all these things, just like Caramel and a whole bunch of other people. And so Coolio reaches out to Dane Calloway, and Coolio was telling him, and you can go watch this video. I think that's the one right there. All you gotta do is type that in, go pull it up, and it's him talking about Coolio. So Coolio reaches out to this dude, and Coolio was saying basically, I'm ready. I already know who my people were, and he said what kind of Indian his people were and everything. Like he knew who he was. And so I got to thinking, you know what I'm saying? You remember what was that girl off of MTV? Tiara, the Asian chick that went crazy or whatever they said, the one that had the aneurysm. Tiara. She was on some type of a dating show back in the day. The little short Asian chick, you know what I'm saying? She was dating men and women. But I forgot the name of the show. But anyway, she was saying, talking about star whackers. She was saying, like once you get to know stuff about things and you start speaking on it, she was like, that's when the star whackers come up. And when these celebrities start to speak out and tell any types of truth, of course they're called crazy. That's the first thing they're gonna call you. Crazy is dismissive, like they say. So when you crazy, nobody gonna listen to you when somebody say you crazy. But she was explaining, like it's these star whackers that'll come out and they'll poison you, drug you, whatever they got to do to get you out of there. And so we see what happens to Coolio. Now, Coolio, this dude was reaching out to Dane Calloway. He said he had a whole gang of people ready to put money up and everything, ready to make moves to show black people who they was from America, ready to make moves. This dude, I don't know if he moved all the way to North Carolina where Dane Calloway was or what, but he was in North Carolina. Like he made moves to get to Carolina. No matter what, he was working on really trying to get to this dude and working. And what I found suspicious was in this little interview, Dane was explaining how that same thing just happened. He was in like Coolio moved here, and he was like, "Man, I told him like I just moved to another state." He just moved to another state. Now that was kind of suspicious. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching, but you just switching states all of a sudden. Like you was doing so well, you know what I mean? You established. So now you're switching states. And then all of a sudden after Coolio get connected with this dude, that happens. Coolio just pop up and he's overdosed or all these situations, you know what I'm saying? He was willing to work with this man. He put it on the line trying to get to him and work with him. Like it's been a whole bunch of people that do gematria, all these stuff. They tied into racism, his death, Coolio's death into racism and things like that, with the age 59 being Negro, all these things, slave and things of that mentality, that nature, I'm sorry. But I just found it strange that all of a sudden Dane Calloway switched states. Maybe he already had it planned, or, but to me, it just seemed weird. It just seemed weird. You got this man, a whole celebrity that's trying to reach out to you, get close to you. And if you listen to the interview, Dane talks about how close they were, how much they talked on the phone. So, you know what I'm saying? You got somebody right there that can put you on a bigger scale, a bigger stage, and you switch states. Would this dude move to your state? I have to listen to the interview again. I keep saying he moved to the state. Allegedly, he moved to the state, but that would make it even more suspicious if the dude moved to your whole state to work with you, and you switch states, and now this dude gone. I mean, I'm just saying, man. I mean, you can't trust these people. I mean, I listen to Dane Calloway. I do. I do listen to some of the stuff he puts up, but where he loses me is him selling stuff. Is him trying to make all these books and say, I can show you how to do your genealogy. I'm going to tell you something about me as a black man, as a brother. To all y'all black people, man, I'm not going to charge you to know the shit you should know. I'm not going to charge you to know the shit that you should know. If I come across some shit, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to be like, it's hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, super stickers. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to sell something, like I already had planned on making t-shirts since years ago. Since years and years ago, I wanted to make t-shirts. I never ever did it though. I wanted to like make like sweaters and stuff like that too, but I just never did it. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I might actually do that, but it's going to be my own thing. It's not going to be where I'm up here trying to advertise and sell my material. It's going to be me doing it on myself, on my own, you know what I'm saying? But this dude is trying to show you how to find your heritage, but he's charging you. He's doing all these things. He's charging though. It's always a price tag. So my question to you is that real? Is that a real brother? Anybody that wants to capitalize off another person? Or is that the 10%? The 85% are followers, the 10% are the people that capitalize off of people, the people that make the money, really the leaders, so-called leaders. And then the 5% are the people that pay attention, the observers that could break everything down because they pay attention. That's us. So the 10%ers are always trying to sell you things. They always trying to advertise. They always getting a whole bunch of stuff off of people's back. They always on the radios and things. They're not going to put me on these radios, man. Trust me. Just know that. It's certain people that they just not going to deal with. I'm not going to get thousands and thousands of subs. The only way I do that is if I get a lot of people to push my channel. You know what I mean? That's the only way. They're not going to recommend me. YouTube just not going to work like that. And then by that time, they're going to pull me down, just like how they do BAM. They're going to keep on pulling me down. The only way you'll always know me is by my name. Is free to pay attention. You feel me? But just watch out for these people, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you think.